When we begin to look carefully, we notice that life is full of small acts of kindness. These moments are often quiet and easy to miss, but they carry a deep meaning. A neighbor who smiles and says hello, a friend who listens when we are troubled, a stranger who holds a door open. Each one is a gentle reminder that we are connected to others. Appreciating these small acts does not require us to do anything extraordinary. It only asks us to open our eyes and hearts to what is already happening around us. When we pause and recognize such gestures, we allow gratitude to grow within us. This feeling is not just a polite response. It is a way of seeing the world with respect and warmth. Sometimes, people think that appreciation must be saved for great achievements or important occasions. Yet, the truth is that life is mostly made of ordinary moments. If we wait for something large before showing appreciation, we may miss countless opportunities to feel joy and connection. By valuing even the smallest gesture, we invite peace into our daily lives. When we see kindness, we can choose to acknowledge it silently or express our thanks with simple words. Both ways nurture the bond between people. Over time, these moments form a chain that makes life feel more gentle and supportive. Let us begin by noticing what is already here. The smile, the kind word, the thoughtful action. These are not small at all when they are seen with a heart of appreciation. Life often moves quickly, and our minds are full of many thoughts. In such a busy flow, it is easy to focus only on what is missing or what is difficult. Yet when we take a little time to look closely, we find that each day offers us many small gifts. The sound of birds in the morning, the taste of a simple meal, the comfort of a familiar place. These moments remind us that goodness is already present. Noticing the good does not mean we ignore challenges or pretend that everything is perfect. It simply means we give attention to what supports and nourishes us, instead of letting our minds become trapped only by problems. When we notice the good, we create balance. This balance allows the heart to feel lighter and more open. Appreciation grows naturally from this practice. When we see what is good, even in small forms, we begin to feel respect for life itself. This feeling is not forced. It rises gently when we make space for it. A kind gesture from a family member, the effort of a worker doing their job, or the patience of someone waiting in line, each can become a moment of quiet gratitude. Over time, noticing the good in daily life changes the way we see the world. Instead of walking through our days without awareness, we become more awake to the beauty that surrounds us. This awareness brings calm, and calmness brings the strength to meet difficulties without being overwhelmed. By learning to notice the good, we invite appreciation into every day, not as a rare visitor, but as a trusted companion. When we speak of appreciation, we are also speaking of the heart. The heart can sometimes feel hard, closed, or heavy because of past pain, disappointment, or anger. These feelings build walls inside us, and those walls make it difficult to connect with others. Yet appreciation has a gentle power. It does not break the walls by force. Instead, it softens them little by little, like water smoothing a stone. When we appreciate someone, we are choosing to see their goodness rather than their faults. This simple act shifts our attention. Instead of holding on to judgments or resentments, we allow space for kindness to appear. Our hearts begin to open, and with that opening comes warmth. Softness is not weakness. A soft heart is strong in a different way. It can bend without breaking. It can listen without rushing to defend. It can forgive without needing to win. This kind of strength grows naturally when appreciation becomes part of our daily life. Imagine a relationship where appreciation is absent. Over time, small complaints and negative thoughts can fill the space. But when appreciation is present, it changes the atmosphere. Even one word of thanks or one moment of recognition can clear the air and bring closeness back. As we practice appreciation, we also notice how it changes our inner world. Anger becomes lighter, fear loses its grip, and loneliness is eased. The heart, that once felt heavy, begins to feel alive again. This is the quiet gift of appreciation. It softens us, and through that softness, we discover a deeper strength and peace. Every day, many people around us are making efforts that often go unnoticed. A family member preparing a meal, a worker cleaning the street, or a colleague doing their part in a shared project. These actions may seem ordinary, but they require time, energy, and care. When we pause to respect these efforts, we honor the humanity within each person. Respecting effort does not mean we must always agree with others or think they are perfect. It means we recognize the intention and energy that someone has given, even if the result is small or incomplete. This recognition lifts the spirit of the one who is seen, and also softens the one who is seeing. It creates a circle of dignity that connects people together. Sometimes we may feel that others are only doing what is expected, so there is no need to notice it. But this way of thinking closes the door to appreciation. Even routine tasks carry value because they help life move forward. A simple thank you, a kind glance, or even silent recognition can turn an ordinary moment into a shared blessing. When we learn to respect the efforts of others, we also become more aware of the effort within ourselves. We realize that life is not only about grand achievements, but also about steady steps taken day by day. This understanding brings humility. It reminds us that each person's effort, no matter how small, supports the larger web of life. To live with respect for others' efforts is to live with gratitude for the hidden strength that holds our world together. Gratitude has the power to heal wounds that are often invisible. Many people carry silent burdens in their hearts, memories of being overlooked, feelings of not being valued, or the pain of being misunderstood. When someone receives true gratitude, even in simple words, it can touch those hidden places and bring comfort. A heartfelt thank you is more than good manners. It is a gift that can restore hope and dignity. When we offer gratitude to others, we tell them that their presence and actions matter. This recognition can ease loneliness and soften sorrow. It can also heal relationships that have grown distant. A small expression of thanks can open doors that were once closed, reminding both sides that connection is still possible. Gratitude also heals the one who gives it. When we focus on the kindness and support we have received, even if it is small, our hearts feel lighter. Resentment loses its power, and bitterness begins to fade. We realize that life is not only full of challenges, but also full of hands that help us along the way. This realization gives strength and peace. The healing power of gratitude is not limited to great acts. It shines most brightly in daily life. Thanking a caregiver, appreciating a friend's patience, or noticing a stranger's small kindness. All of these moments create threads of healing that weave a stronger community. To live with gratitude toward others is to choose healing over harm and connection over isolation. In this way, gratitude becomes a quiet medicine for both giver and receiver. In life, it is natural to look at others and compare. Sometimes we feel envy when we see someone achieve something we have not. This feeling can be heavy and painful. Yet there is another path. Instead of envy, we can choose joy for the success of another. When we do this, our hearts become lighter and our relationships grow stronger. Finding joy in another person's success does not mean ignoring our own struggles. It means understanding that life is not a competition, but a shared journey. Each person has their own path, their own time, and their own challenges. When someone reaches a goal, it does not take anything away from us. Their achievement is part of the beauty of the world, and we can share in that beauty by opening our hearts to it. When we celebrate the success of others, we release the burden of jealousy. Instead of asking, "Why not me?" we begin to see how wonderful for them. This shift brings freedom. It allows us to connect without rivalry and to feel happiness even when our own circumstances are difficult. This practice also builds trust and friendship. People feel safe with those who celebrate their growth without bitterness. Such relationships are full of warmth and respect. Over time, we discover that the joy we feel for others returns to us in unexpected ways. By learning to take joy in the success of another, we step out of isolation and into connection. Happiness multiplies when it is shared, and life becomes richer when our hearts can celebrate not only our own victories, but also the victories of those around us. Throughout history, wisdom has been passed from one generation to the next. Elders and teachers hold knowledge that comes not only from study, but also from years of experience. Their words often carry lessons shaped by joy and sorrow, success and failure. When we honor this wisdom, we connect ourselves to a larger stream of life that began long before us and will continue long after. Honoring does not mean placing someone on a pedestal or believing they are perfect. It means listening with respect, recognizing the effort they have made, and valuing the insights they share. Sometimes a single story from an elder can save us from repeating mistakes. Sometimes one piece of advice from a teacher can open a door we did not know existed. In many societies today, speed and novelty are celebrated, while patience and tradition are easily forgotten. Yet the wisdom of elders and teachers reminds us that life is not only about what is new, but also about what has been carefully learned over time. By appreciating their guidance, we bring balance between past and present. Showing appreciation can be simple: a word of thanks, attentive listening, or remembering to practice what was taught. These are ways of honoring. Such acts do not only respect the teacher, they also deepen our own understanding. When we honor the wisdom of elders and teachers, we show gratitude for the roots that nourish us. Their lessons become part of our path, shaping our steps with care. In this way, appreciation connects generations, weaving together the past, the present, and the future. Much of what supports our lives is built on quiet work that we rarely notice. The food we eat comes from farmers rising before dawn. The streets we walk are kept clean by workers whose names we may never know. Even within our homes, there are tasks done silently, laundry folded, meals prepared, repairs made, that keep daily life flowing smoothly. Because this work is quiet and often hidden, it is easy to overlook. We may think only of what is directly in front of us, forgetting the many hands that have made our comfort possible. Yet when we pause to recognize this unseen effort, our hearts open in appreciation. We see more clearly how deeply connected we are to others. Acknowledging silent work does not require grand gestures. A simple word of thanks, a respectful smile, or even a moment of inward gratitude can honor the one who gives their time and energy. Though their labor may be unnoticed by the world, our recognition can bring them light and encouragement. When we practice this awareness, our perspective changes. Instead of feeling separate and self-sufficient, we realize we are carried by a web of countless contributions. This realization humbles us and fills us with respect. To recognize silent work is to honor the dignity of every person, not only those in positions of visibility. It is a way of saying, your effort matters, even if no one else sees it. In such recognition, appreciation deepens, and our world becomes more compassionate and humane. Envy is a feeling that most of us know well. It arises when we see someone else having what we wish for ourselves. It may be wealth, recognition, talent, or even simple happiness. Envy makes the heart feel tight and restless. It leads us to compare and to believe that another person's success somehow lessens our own worth. but envy can be transformed. The key is to shift our view from jealousy to appreciation. Instead of saying, "Why do they have this and not me?" we can ask, "What can I learn from their path?" By changing the question, we change the feeling. Their success becomes a source of inspiration rather than pain. This transformation does not happen overnight. It begins with awareness. When envy arises, we can pause and recognize it without judgment. Then we gently redirect the mind toward respect. We remind ourselves that another person's fortune does not reduce our own possibility. Life is not a limited pot, where one person's gain is another's loss. Each life has its own unfolding. When we practice appreciation in place of envy, our hearts grow lighter. We feel less trapped in comparison and more open to connection. Instead of distance, we create closeness. We can even celebrate with those who succeed, which brings us unexpected joy. Transforming envy into appreciation frees us from inner conflict. It allows us to live with dignity and peace, and to see the success of others, not as a threat, but as a blessing for the whole world. Words have great power. They can create distance, or they can bring people together. Among the simplest and most powerful words we can offer are words of thanks. A sincere thank you is more than politeness. It is a bridge that connects hearts and builds harmony in relationships. When we express thanks, we affirm that another person's effort or presence has value. This recognition softens tension and strengthens trust. Even in difficult situations, a kind word of gratitude can ease conflict and open the way to understanding. What might have become an argument can instead become a moment of respect. It is easy to underestimate the effect of such words. We may think, "They already know I am grateful," or "It is too small to mention." Yet words unspoken often leave a space of silence that can be misunderstood. By speaking thanks clearly, we remove doubt and plant seeds of warmth. Building harmony through words of thanks is not limited to close family or friends. It extends to strangers and those we meet only briefly. Thanking a cashier, a driver, or a neighbor creates small moments of connection. These moments may seem minor, but together they form a culture of respect and kindness. Over time, the habit of giving thanks changes not only how others feel, but also how we feel inside. Gratitude spoken aloud brings peace to the speaker as well as the listener. Harmony grows naturally, like ripples spreading across water, touching lives far beyond what we can see. In our busy lives, it is easy to believe that we must do something big to show care for others. Yet often, what people need most is simple presence. To be fully present means to give our time and attention without distraction, to sit with another person and let them know they are seen and valued. When we value presence, we learn that being together is more important than solving every problem. A friend may not remember the exact words we spoke, but they will remember that we stayed with them in their time of need. Presence communicates, "You are not alone," in a way that no gift or action can replace. Deepening relationships does not depend on constant activity. It grows in moments of quiet attention. Sharing a meal, listening without interrupting, or walking side by side, these are expressions of appreciation that require no special tools or plans. They simply ask us to offer ourselves as we are. Valuing presence also means putting aside distractions. In a world filled with phones, screens and noise, giving full attention is a rare and precious gift. When we do this, the person before us feels respected and understood. Trust grows naturally and connection becomes deeper. Over time, these moments of presence form the foundation of strong relationships. They remind us that life is not only about achievement or efficiency, but also about the gentle bonds that give meaning to our days. By valuing presence, we express appreciation in its purest form, simply being there with an open heart. In every community, people hold different views, backgrounds, and ways of living. These differences can sometimes create distance or misunderstanding. Yet appreciation has the power to cross these divides. When we choose to see the humanity in others, even when their path is not the same as ours, we build bridges of respect. Offering appreciation across differences does not mean we must agree with everything another person believes or does. It simply means we acknowledge their efforts, their struggles, and their presence as fellow human beings. A kind word, a gesture of respect, or a willingness to listen can soften walls that might otherwise keep us apart. When we practice this, we begin to see that diversity is not a threat, but a gift. Each person carries unique experiences and strengths that can enrich the whole community. By appreciating what is different, we expand our own hearts and discover new ways of understanding life. This practice also protects us from falling into judgment or prejudice. When we focus on appreciation, we shift our attention away from what divides us and toward what connects us. We remember that beneath the surface of culture, opinion, or belief, every person shares the same wish for happiness and peace. By offering appreciation across differences, we create a more compassionate and balanced world. We learn to live not in fear of what separates us, but in gratitude for the many colors of human life. When appreciation becomes a natural part of our daily life, it grows into respect and gratitude that guide our choices. These qualities are not separate from ordinary living. They show in the way we speak, the way we treat others, and the way we respond to both joy and hardship. Living with respect means recognizing the dignity of every person we meet. It is not only for family or friends, but also for strangers, co-workers, and even those with whom we disagree. Respect reminds us that each life has value, and this awareness shapes our actions with gentleness. Living with gratitude means remembering that much of what sustains us comes from beyond ourselves. The food on our table, the roof over our head, the comfort of companionship, all of these are supported by the efforts of many people. When we live with this awareness, we naturally feel less lonely and more connected. A life guided by respect and gratitude is not about perfection. There will still be times of conflict, loss, and struggle. But these qualities act as a compass, helping us to return to balance when we are lost. They remind us to choose kindness over harshness and patience over anger. In this way, appreciation is not only a practice, but also a way of living. It shapes the atmosphere of our homes, our communities, and even the wider world. A single act of respect or gratitude may seem small, but when carried into daily life, it creates waves of harmony that spread far beyond what we can see. Imagine a world where appreciation is woven into the way we live each day. In such a world, people see one another with respect, not with suspicion. Families grow closer because gratitude is spoken openly. Communities become stronger because silent work is recognized. Even across great differences, people find common ground through kindness. This vision is not far away. It begins in small choices we make each day. When we notice a simple act of care, when we give thanks with sincerity, when we value presence more than distraction, we are already shaping such a world. Appreciation does not demand wealth, status, or power. It only asks for attention and a willing heart. As appreciation grows, life feels less heavy. Conflicts become softer, relationships become deeper, and even solitude carries a sense of connection. Respect and gratitude spread like ripples in water, touching lives we may never know. In this way, each of us holds the ability to bring light into the world. Before closing these reflections, I would like to express my gratitude to you. Thank you for listening and sharing this time with me. I am deeply grateful for those who offer a kind response through a like, for those who choose to subscribe, for those who share their thoughts in comments, and for the generous support through super thanks and membership. Each gesture of support is felt with warmth, and I sincerely appreciate it. May we continue to live with appreciation so that our days, our relationships, and our world become filled with quiet harmony.